So what we have on the front is I've added a little metal drawer pull, and it just slides out so easily. And on the inside, I have, hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Wait until you see how easy it is to make this one. Stay tuned. Y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for all of your positive comments. Thank you for all of your words of encouragement and support. I truly appreciate it. Today, we're going to make this beautiful slider box. You're going to see just how easy it is. If you never thought you could make something like this, I'm here to tell you today that you absolutely can, because I am going to walk you through the very easy step-by-step process. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera so that you can get a closer look at this. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here is a closer look at today's awesome project. When finished, it measures 7.5 by 4 1/4, and it's 1 1/2 inch deep. And y'all, this is designed to hold cards up to 7 inches long by 3 3/4 inch wide. The cards I'm making today are going to be 3 1/2 by 6 1/2, but you can make yours a little wider and a little longer if you like. It'll still fit in here. So what we have on the front is I've added a little metal drawer pull, and it just slides out so easily. And on the inside, I have 2 cards and 2 envelopes. So what I did, keeping in line with all of the cards we've been making, I've kept them very simple. I went ahead and put a sticker on this one because I like that saying. It says the good old days are still to come, especially after a great cup of coffee. So if you're a coffee drinker, or you know someone who drinks coffee, they would appreciate getting a card like this. We have some coordinating envelopes. I think in this really unique box, you're going to be able to get 6 cards and 6 envelopes comfortably. But you can probably squeeze in 8 flat cards and 8 envelopes in this beautiful, beautiful box. So, super easy to make. I am going to take my cards and my envelopes and put them back inside. And you can see that the drawer does come all the way out, but we have a backstop so that it won't go out on the other side. So it really is a very nice slider box. Super easy. You've probably seen these in the store and you never thought that you could make them. Well, today, after this video, I believe that you're going to be making them. Here is what we're going to need to make ours today. So to make our project, I have 2 pieces of double-sided 12 by 12 that I'll be using to make the jacket for the box as well as the actual drawer for the box. Then we have some 8 1/2 by 11 inch pieces of just plain old text weight paper, and by text weight paper, y'all, I mean just that. You can put this through your printer very easily because it has the consistency of printer paper and copier paper. Then I have a piece of 12 by 12 medium weight paper that I'll be using to make my card. Now for you, you can use whatever papers you want to use. You don't have to use any of the papers that you see me using here on the channel. But for those of you who do want to use the papers that you see me using here on the channel, I will have these particular papers along with one other design available on my website. So please make sure that you check the description box for the link to my website if you are interested. This paper here is a piece on which I messed up, but that won't stop us from being able to use it. So these are the papers that we're going to need to make today's project. I'm getting a lot of questions about the paper type that I use as well as the printer. Y'all, I'm putting together a video. I have not yet completed it, and I will still need time after I complete it to actually do the editing of it. So be patient with me, it's coming. So for all of you who've left me comments about the paper or the printer, it's coming. All right, y'all, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just make the envelope and the card, because that is really super, super easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim this. And I'm trimming my paper to 6 1/2 by 7. This is what I'm trimming for the actual card itself. I'll save these pieces because I'll be able to use them later. Now I'm going to take my stylus and I am going to score on the 7-inch side, and we're going to score at 3 1/2. And then I'll fold and burnish on the score mark. Y'all, this is how easy it is to make this particular card. So now we have another card to add to the growing sizes that we're actually making. So by the time we're finished with this series, you're going to have so many different card sizes, which is always a good thing. So I'm going to place this right here. We're going to bring in one of the sheets of my double-sided text weight paper. This will allow me to have what looks like a lined envelope. So on the 11-inch side, I'm going to trim this down to 8 1/2 by 10. On the 8 1/2-inch side, we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, rotate it to the opposite 8 1/2-inch side, and score at 3/4 of an inch. Then on the 10-inch side, we're going to score at 3 1/2 and at 7 1/4. So y'all already know how to make envelopes and the cards. That's why I'm not making a whole bunch. But for those of you who might be dropping by for the first time and haven't seen the process, that is what we're doing right now. We're making a card and we're making an envelope to go in our beautiful box. So I have folded and burnished all of my scores. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger blade, and this center tab or center flap right here is what we need to free. We do that by going to the score mark and angling in, angle in, because you want this to be freed. Angle in and angle in, because you want that to be freed. So now I'm going to take my finger blade. We go back to that starting point and we start dragging down, add an inward motion to remove this piece. Then we're going to do the same thing here, drag down to remove this piece. And then we want to remove the other 2 corner pieces using that same drag down while angling in process. All right, so now we have our envelope. We're going to take this, fold it in. The widest flap is going to be your fold up flap. But before I do, I'm just going to take my scissors and round the ends of my envelope. I like the rounded ends, so that's why I do this. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can see that scissors work fine. If you do have a corner rounder, that works as well. Or you don't even have to round your corners. So I'm going to take a little glue here, a little glue here. We're going to place glue on the widest flap along the edge. Then we're going to take this, we fold up and we fold over. And now we have a really nice envelope. This envelope is mailable within the USPS. I don't know about any other countries, so if you're interested in whether or not an envelope this size is mailable in your country, just check with your local postal service. So if you want to mail this, I would just add a strip of tape here and seal it. So now we have a sweet little card and an envelope. Let's get to the meat and bones of our video. So we're going to make the drawer that will slide into the jacket. So to make our drawer, we need to cut this down to 7 7/8 by 11. So I am going to cut this down to 7 7/8 by 11. And you see I'm not even removing that white border that's there. And then we're going to cut this down to 11. I could remove it, but it's not bothering me, so I'm just going to leave it. So now we're going to take this piece, it is 7 7/8 by 11, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 1 7/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. So that's 1/2 inch and 1 7/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. will do our last score. So that's going to be 1/2 inch and 1 7/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. And to make my box, I am using that beautiful 330 GSM heavyweight paper. I will be discussing that in the video to let you know what I think of the paper and the papers that I'm now using. And I hope to have that video out in the next few days. Alright y'all, so now that we have all of our scores folded and burnished, I'm going to turn it to me so that the long way is facing me, because we're going to go to the second score mark and we're going to cut straight down. So I'm going to cut straight down through the middle of that second score mark to free my tab. Now I can angle over here, angle here, angle here, and reduce. This is a repetitive process that you will hear me say and do over and over and over again, but repetition, 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 and practice, practice, practice gets you to where you want to be most of the time in anything, not just paper crafting. Do the same thing over here. So angle, go to the second score mark, angle in, then I'll angle to remove this corner piece, and then we reduce. We're going to turn it around this way and do the same thing here. So let's go to the second score mark and drag straight down. Then we angle, 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 and reduce. Same thing here. Drag straight down, angle, 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 and reduce. Now I have these two outer ends here, and I just want to angle those flaps because that'll make it easier for them to fold in. Alright y'all, so we're going to put it together, and I'm going to put mine together with glue. Now, for those of you who are selling your boxed products, I would use glue when putting those boxes together. No matter how strong you think your tape is, your glue is probably going to be a lot stronger, because if you're selling something, you definitely don't want your customer to get it home and a week later comes up. That is definitely not a good thing, and you don't want that to happen to you. So I am going to place glue on my little flaps here, and we are going to get this nice and stuck. Remember, those corners need to be nice, tight, and crisp. Go in, get that stuck. Do the same thing on this side. Nice, tight, and crisp. Let's get that stuck. And then we'll do that over here, placing that glue. And the one thing that I know about my Reptile adhesive, which is the only white glue that I use, I never have a problem with my projects coming undone. As a matter of fact, Christmas 2 years ago, I had to repair some of my decorations that were in the attic because they got so hot. The adhesive, I guess, melted and pulled apart. So, you know what I repaired it with? My Reptile adhesive. And this past Christmas, I pulled those same ornaments and decorations out, and they were nice and strong. So, I am a Reptile girl. So now I'm just taking my big old spatula, going in, and we're going to get these little outer flaps folded in like that. And we're doing this because it just gives us a nice finished look to the box. So I've added my glue. I'll fold in, and then I'll get this stuck. This is a thicker paper, so I really do have to work that stick. But I tell you, when it sticks, it is stuck. Even if you aren't using Reptile adhesive, make sure that you're using some type of glue. I know a lot of you have your favorites, and you have your favorites because they have worked for you. So keep on using what it is that works for you. So I am just going to go around, and we're going to get this nice and stuck. So there's our box. I can take my card and envelope and put it in the box. So now I'll bring in my next 12 by 12 inch piece. We're going to cut it down so that we can make the shell for this, and you're going to see just how easy it is. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. And we are going to trim this to 10 by 12. And on the 10-inch side, we score at 1 and at 8 1/2. Then on the 12-inch side, we score at 1 1/2, 5 3/4, 7 1/4, 11 1/2. And now we fold and burnish all of our scores. Thick paper, so I am going to make sure that I am giving all of my scores a really good burnishing, because I want my box jacket to really look nice, tight, and right. So I am giving this a very good score. All right, so now that we have all of our scoring done, we're going to have this little narrow flap on the edge, and it will have 2 corner pieces. We want to remove those 2 corner pieces first. So I'll angle in here and cut straight across here to remove that one. Then I'll cut straight down here and cut across here at an angle to remove that one. So this narrow flap here is the front of your box, and this is the back. So we're going to go along the back, and I'm going to cut straight down on my score mark to free this, but then I'll angle in on the tab. So again, I'll cut straight down to free this one, and then we'll angle in. Same thing here. I'll cut straight down, and then we'll angle in, and I'll angle in here. And I'm going to reduce these just a little bit. So now the bottom of your box is going to look like this. Here at the top, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to just angle on all sides of the score mark. And there's a reason for this, and I'll tell you what it is, or show you right now. So on these pieces here, we're actually going to fold these in so that we have a nice finished edge on the front of the box. So I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to place my glue on these pieces. And now we'll just fold these in, and we'll get everything nice and stuck. Again, we're doing this so that we can have a nice finished edge to the front of the box. So now I'm going to take my glue. We're going to place some glue on our adhesive flap. we'll take this piece and we just join it to the opposite side, getting everything matched, score mark to score mark. So this score mark here aligns with this one going around. So you can see that it's flat folded, and you'll know that your alignment is right because you'll be able to flat fold this without it bubbling at all. So I am just going back over this to get everything nice and stuck. Now I will open it. I'll fold in my side tabs like that. This is the top of my box, so this will be the last piece that I fold in. I am going to add some glue on these little tabs, and we're going to fold that over like that, and then we'll add some glue on this one, and let's fold it over. Then I'm just going to get everything nice and stuck. I'm going to take this, go on the inside, and get those little flaps stuck. So now I should be able to take this and slide it in like that, and you can see that I can, and we have a very good fit on this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little craft drawer pull, and it's metal, and I have these linked in my Amazon storefront, which is in the description box, and I'm going to take this and we're just going to put it on like this, and I'm putting it down with my reptile adhesive. We're going to give this about 3 minutes to dry, and I'll be right back. Alright y'all, I'm back. So this is dry enough for me to pull it, and it's not going to come off. What I'm going to do now is I want to take a sticker. I have some scrap paper, and I'm going to place this on my scrap, and it says life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. So I am just going to trim off a little bit of this. And a little bit here. And I'm going to take this and put it on the front of my box using glue. So let's just stick this. I think that this is beautiful. I'll make sure I've got it straight. Take this drawer out so that I can go in on the inside and just get that nice and stuck. Now we can put that drawer back in. We can take our card if you like. I haven't really thought about doing a whole lot to my cards because, like I said, I like to keep them blank. But for those of you who want some ideas, you can take something as simple as a sticker or a cut apart and place it down on your card, and now you have a beautiful, beautiful card. Then on the inside of that card, if you want to dress it up a little bit more, you can actually just place a little sticker here in the corner, and then a little word sticker right over here. So I did that to show you how if I needed a card and it was blank, but I needed it for a certain occasion, I would go grab my sticker sheets or my cut aparts and I would add a sticker, and then I might put something here on the inside, then I'd write my message. Y'all, here we go again with another really cute note card, greeting card, whatever you want to call it, box set. Look at how gorgeous this is. Now tell me, if you saw this on a craft fair table, you'd probably think, oh, she didn't make that. She bought it and now she's reselling it. But you'll know that you made it. And if you're running an Etsy shop or another online store and you're making finished items to sell, y'all, stuff like this for me as a consumer are the types of things that I wouldn't mind paying money for. I don't pay money for them anymore because I make them. But for those who either don't know how to make it or don't want to know how to make it, they're always looking for beautiful, unique ideas that they can gift or keep. And you just might be the solution to their dilemma. So we're going to take these out, have another look at this, because y'all, I am in love with this. I love how well the drawers just slide in and out. That's what you want with the slider box. You don't want any resistance, but you also don't want a whole bunch of gapping around on the front. You want a near perfect fit like this. So we slide out. Now we have our drawer boxes. This would make a great gift. This is a great keepable if you like to have pretty things just for you. And this is definitely a great sellable. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's super awesome way to make slider boxes for those 3.5 by 6.5 inch cards. Not everything has to be your standard card size. We can go off the map with a lot of the things that we do in paper crafting because there is no right or wrong. If you want to do it, then that makes it right. So if you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.